Good day, everyone. I am Jane Rosel Guti, together with Sir Don Cavato, and we will be presenting the Chapter 10, Electronic Commerce, Digital Goods and Markets. I will be reporting the first part of Chapter 10. At the end of my presentation, the students were able to determine the unique features of e-commerce, digital markets, and digital goods, determine the principal e-commerce business and revenue models, describe how e-commerce transform marketing. Lastly, appreciate how has e-commerce affected business-to-business transactions. First, let's define e-commerce. E-commerce refers to the use of the internet and the web to transact business. More formally, e-commerce is about digitally enabled commercial transactions between and among organizations and individuals. For the most part, this means transactions that occur over the internet and the web. Commercial transactions involve the exchange of value across organizational or individual boundaries in return for products and services. E-commerce began in 1995 when one of the first internet portals, Netscape.com, accepted the first ads from major corporations and popularized the idea that the web could be used as a new medium for advertising and sales. No one envisioned at the time what would turn out to be an exponential growth for e-commerce retail sales, which doubled and tripled in early years. In this slide, we can see the growth of e-commerce. In business transformation, e-commerce remains the fastest growing form of commerce when compared to physical retail stores, services, and entertainment. It stimulates the economy by increasing productivity, encouraging innovation, and improving the shopping experience. Small businesses and entrepreneurs continue to flood the e-commerce marketplace, often riding on the infrastructures created by industry giants such as Amazon, Apple, and Google, and increasingly taking advantage of cloud-based computing resources. In technology foundation, wireless internet connections such as Wi-Fi, WiMAX, and 4G, 5G smartphones grow rapidly. Powerful handheld mobile devices support music, web surfing, and entertainment, as well as voice communication. Podcasting and streaming take off as mediums for distribution of video, radio, and user-generated content. New internet-based models of computing, such as cloud computing, software as a service, and Web 2.0 software greatly reduce the cost of e-commerce websites. In new business models emerge, more than half the internet user population have joined an online social network, contribute to social bookmarking sites, create blogs, and share photos. Online entertainment business models offering television, movies, music, sports, and ebook search with cooperation among the major copyright owners in Hollywood and New York, with the internet distributors like Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Microsoft. The figure below shows the growth of e-commerce. So this graph is based on the eMarketer US retail e-commerce sales in 2018 up until 2021. So it illustrates the continuing growth of e-commerce. The growth of e-commerce revenue grew 15 to 25% per year until the recession of 2008 to 2009. In 2012, e-commerce revenues are growing again at estimated 15% annually. Why e-commerce is different? Why has e-commerce grown so rapidly? The answer lies in the unique features of e-commerce technology. Let's explore each of these unique features in more detail. Ubiquity. Internet web technology is available everywhere, at work, at home, and elsewhere via mobile devices. The marketplace is extended beyond traditional boundaries and is removed from a temporal and geographic location. Market space, anytime, is created. Shopping can take place anywhere. Customer convenience is enhanced and shopping costs are reduced. Global reach. The technology reaches across national boundaries around the earth. Commerce is enabled across cultural and national boundaries seamlessly and without modification. The market space includes potentially billions of consumers and millions of businesses worldwide. Universal standards. There is one set of technology standards, the standards that are shared by all nations around the world. With one set of technical standards across the globe, disparate computer systems can easily communicate with each other. Richness. Video, audio, and text messages are possible. Video, audio, and text marketing messages are integrated into a single marketing message and consumer experience. Interactivity. The technology works through interaction with the user. Consumers are engaged in a dialogue that dynamically adjusts the experience to the individual and makes the consumer a co-participant in the process of delivering goods to the market. Information density. The technology reduces information cost and raises quality. Information processing, storage, and communication costs drop dramatically, whereas currency, accuracy, and timeliness improve greatly. Information becomes plentiful, cheap, and more accurate. Personalization and customization. The technology allows personalized messages to be delivered to individuals as well as groups. Personalization of marketing messages and customization of products and services are based on individual characteristics. Social technology, user content generation, and social networking. New internet social and business models enable user content creation and distribution and support social networks. The internet has created a digital marketplace where millions of people all over the world are able to exchange massive amounts of information directly, instantly, and for free. As a result, the internet has changed the way companies conduct business and increased their global reach. In this slide, I will simply describe the key concept of e-commerce. So there are two major key concepts in e-commerce, which is the digital market and digital goods. Digital market. The internet reduces information asymmetry. And information asymmetry exists when one party in a transaction has more information that is important for the transaction than the other party. That information helps determine the relative bargaining power. In digital markets, consumers and suppliers can see the prices being charged for goods, and in that sense, digital markets are said to be more transparent than traditional markets. Digital markets are very flexible and efficient because they operate with reduced search and transactions costs, lower menu costs, greater price discrimination, and the ability to change prices dynamically based on market conditions. In dynamic pricing, the price of the product varies depending on the demand characteristics of the customer or the supply situation of the seller. These new digital markets may either reduce or increase switching costs depending on the nature of the product or service being sold and they may cause some extra delay in gratification. Unlike a physical market, you can immediately consume a product, such as clothing purchased over the web, although immediate consumption is possible with digital music downloads and other digital products. In digital markets, it provides many opportunities to sell directly to the consumer, bypassing intermediaries such as distributors or retail outlets. Eliminating intermediaries in the distribution channel can significantly lower purchase transaction costs. Figure 10.2 illustrates how much savings result from eliminating each of these layers in the distribution process. By selling directly to consumers or reducing the number of intermediaries, companies are able to raise profits while charging lower prices. The removal of organizations or business process layers responsible for intermediary steps in the value chain that is called disintermediation. On the other hand, digital goods are goods that can be delivered over a digital network. Music tracks, video, Hollywood movies, software, newspapers, magazine, and books can all be expressed, stored, delivered, and sold as purely digital products. In general, for digital goods, the marginal cost of producing another unit is about zero. However, the cost of producing the original first unit is relatively high. In fact, it is nearly the total cost of the product because there are few other costs of inventory and distribution. Costs of delivery over the internet are very low. Marketing costs remain the same, and pricing can be highly variable. The impact of the internet on the market for these kinds of digital goods is nothing short of revolutionary, and we see the results around us every day. Businesses dependent on physical products for sales, such as bookstores, book publishers, music labels, and film studios, face the possibility of declining sales and even destruction of their businesses. Newspapers and magazines are losing readers to the internet and losing advertisers, even as online newspapers' readership soars. Record label companies are losing sales to music download sites, and internet piracy and music stores are going out of business. E-commerce is a fascinating combination of business models and new information technologies. Let's start with a basic understanding of the types of e-commerce and then describe e-commerce business and revenue models. There are many ways to classify electronic commerce transactions. One is by looking at the nature of the participants in the electronic commerce transactions. There are four types of e-commerce. First, business to consumer. Second, business to business. Third, consumer to consumer. And lastly, consumer to business. Business to consumer. Electronic commerce involves retailing products and services to individual shoppers. Amazon's own products, Amazon Prime, and Amazon Originals are all examples of the business to consumer e-commerce. Business to business. Electronic commerce involves sales of goods and services among businesses. Manufacturing materials, clothing, car parts, and semiconductors are business to business examples. Consumer to consumer. Electronic commerce involves consumers selling directly to consumers. Craigslist is the most widely used platform used by consumers to buy from and sell directly to others. Consumer to business. E-commerce model allows businesses and consumers to have a mutually beneficial relationship. The examples of consumer to business are Google AdSense and Amazon affiliates. It includes customer reviews, participation in focus groups, or sharing as an influencer. Changes in the economics of information described earlier have created the conditions for entirely new business models to appear, while destroying older business models. In this slide, I will describe some of the most important internet business models that have emerged. All in one way or another, use the internet to add extra value to existing products and services or to provide the foundation for new products and services. First, the e-tailer. E-tailer sells physical products directly to consumers or to individual businesses. The examples of e-tailer are Amazon and Red Envelope. Next is transaction broker. It saves users money and time by processing online sales transactions and generating a fee each time a transaction occurs. The examples of transaction broker are Xtrade and Expedia. Next is market creator. It provides a digital environment where buyers and sellers can meet and search for products, display products, and establish prices for those products. The examples of market creator are eBay and Priceline.com and Campbell. Content provider. It creates revenue by providing digital content such as news, music, photos, or video over the web. The examples of content provider are iTunes and Games.com. Next is community provider. It provides an online meeting place where people meet with similar interests can communicate and find useful information. So the examples of community provider, of course, the Facebook and the Twitter. Portal. It provides initial point of entry to the web along with specialized content and other services. The examples of portal are Google and Yahoo. And last, service provider. It provides Web 2.0 applications such as photo sharing, video sharing, and user-generated content as services. The examples of service provider are Photobucket and Google Apps. E-commerce revenue models. A firm's revenue model describes how the firm will earn revenue, generate profits, and produce a superior return on investment. It also enables to reach customers around the globe and offer more diverse methods of generating sales. Although there are many different e-commerce revenue models that have been developed, most companies rely on one or some combination of the following 6 revenue models. The 6 e-commerce revenue models are advertising, sales, subscription, free and freemium, transaction fee, and affiliate. In advertising, website generates revenue by attracting a large audience of visitors who can then be exposed to advertisements. The advertising model is the most widely used revenue model in e-commerce, and arguably, without advertising revenues, the web would be a vastly different experience from what it is now. Content on the web, everything from news to videos and opinions, is free to visitors because advertisers pay the production and distribution costs in return for the right to expose visitors to ads. Next is sales revenue model. Companies derive revenue by selling goods, information, or services to customers. Companies such as Amazon, which sells books, music, and other products, and Gap all have sales revenue models. Content providers make money by charging for downloads of entire files such as music tracks in iTunes Store or books for downloading music and or video streams. Apple has pioneered and strengthened the acceptance of micropayments. Micropayment systems provide content providers with a cost-effective method for processing high volumes of very small monetary transactions. Subscription. Website Offering content or services charges a subscription fee for access to some or all of its offerings on an ongoing basis. Netflix is one of the most successful subscriber sites with around 232.5 million subscribers worldwide as of the first quarter of 2023. Premium. Firms offer basic services or content for free while charging a premium for advanced or special features. For example, Google offers free application but charges for premium services. Pandora, the subscription radio services, offers a free service with limited playtime and a premium service with unlimited play. One problem with this model is converting people from being freeloaders into paying customers. Free can be a powerful model for losing money. Transaction fee. The company receives a fee for enabling or executing a transaction. For example, eBay provides an online auction marketplace and receives a small transaction fee from a seller if the seller is successful in selling an item. eTrade, an online stockbroker, receives transaction fees each time it executes a stock transaction on behalf of a customer. The transaction revenue models enjoys wide acceptance in part because the true cost of using the platform is not immediately apparent to the user. And lastly, the affiliate. Websites, or called affiliate websites, send visitors to other websites in return for a referral fee or percentage of the revenue from any resulting sales. Personal blogs may be involved in affiliate marketing. Some bloggers are paid directly by manufacturers or receive free products for speaking highly of products and providing links to sales channels. Social networking and the wisdom of crowds. One of the fastest growing areas of e-commerce revenues are Web 2.0 online services. The most popular Web 2.0 service is social networking, online meeting places where people can meet their friends and their friends of friends. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram appeal to people who are primarily interested in extending their friendships, while LinkedIn focuses on job networking for professionals. At social shopping sites like Kabudo, Disnext, and Style Hive, you can swap shopping ideas with friends. Facebook offers the same service on a voluntary basis. Online communities are also ideal venues to employ viral marketing techniques. Online viral marketing is like traditional word-of-mouth marketing, except that the word can spread across an online community at the speed of light and go much further geographically than a small network of friends. In the wisdom of crowds, creating sites where thousands and even millions of people can interact offers business firms new ways to market and advertise to discover who likes or dislikes their products. In a phenomenon called the wisdom of crowds, some argue that large numbers of people can make better decisions about a wide range of topics or products than a single person or even a small committee of experts. Beyond merely soliciting advice, firms can be actively helped in solving some business problems using crowdsourcing. Firms can also use the wisdom of crowds in the form of prediction markets. Prediction markets are established as peer-to-peer betting markets where participants make bets on a specific outcomes, quarterly sales of a new product, designs for new products, or political elections. How has e-commerce transformed marketing? While e-commerce and the internet have changed entire industries and enabled new business models, no industry has been more affected than marketing and marketing communications. The internet provides marketers with new ways of identifying and communicating with millions of potential customers at cost far lower than traditional media, including search engine marketing, data mining, recommender systems, and targeted email. The internet enables long-tail marketing. Before the internet, reaching a large audience was very expensive, and marketers had to focus on attracting the largest number of consumers with popular hit products, whether music, Hollywood movies, books, or cars. In contrast, the internet allows marketers to inexpensively find potential customers for which demand is very low, people on the far ends of the bell curve. The internet also provides new ways of an instantaneous and spontaneous to gather information from customers, adjust product offerings, and increase customer value. In this slide, I will describe the marketing and advertising formats used in e-commerce. In search engine, it is a software program that helps people find the information they are looking for online using keywords or phrases. Display ads. Display ads are images, videos, shown to users on websites or apps. Display ads resemble ads you might see in a newspaper or magazine, but they appear on the web. Classified is a form of advertising particularly common in newspapers, online, and other periodicals, which may be sold or distributed free of charge. Rich media. It is an interactive ads that include multimedia features such as video, audio, animation, as well as traditional elements like text and images. Affiliate and blog marketing. It is an online marketing channel in which an advertiser pays a blogger to promote products or services on the blogger sites. Video ads. Video ads is the use of video content to sell products or services. It is the most effective forms of advertisements as moving images are easier for customer to recall than static images or text. Sponsorships. Online games, puzzle, contests, and coupon sites sponsored by firms to promote products. Email ads. It is an effective, targeted marketing tool with interactive and rich media potential. Many e-commerce marketing firms use behavioral targeting techniques to increase the effectiveness of banner, rich media, and video ads. Behavioral targeting refers to tracking the click streams of individuals on thousands of websites for the purpose of understanding their interests and intentions and exposing them to advertisements that are uniquely suited for their behavior. Proponents believe this more precise understanding of the customer leads to more efficient marketing and larger sales and revenues. Unfortunately, behavioral targeting of millions of web users also leads to the invasion of personal privacy without user consent. When consumers lose trust in their web experience, they tend not to purchase anything. There are two types of behavioral targeting. Number one, on-site behavioral targeting, and number two, network behavioral targeting. On-site behavioral targeting, it gathers information about the visitor on one specific site. While network behavioral targeting, it collects information about the visitor across multiple sites. Website visitor tracking and website personalization. Website visitor tracking. All websites collect data on visitor browser activity and store it in a database. They have tools to record the site that users visited prior to coming to the website, where these users go when they leave that site, the type of operating system they use, browser information, and even some location data. They also record the specific pages visited on the particular site the time spent on each page of the site, and the types of pages visited, and what the visitors purchase. Firms analyze this information about customer interest and behavior to develop precise profiles of existing and potential customers. Website personalization. Firms can create unique personalized web pages that display content or ads for products or services of special interest to individual users, improving the customer experience and creating additional value. And this figure illustrates how an advertising network works. A consumer requests a web page from one of multiple ad network member sites. The merchant server connects to a double-click ad server. The double-click ad server reads the cookie and checks a user profile database for the consumer's profile. It then selects and serves the consumer an appropriate banner ad based on his or her profile. DoubleClick continues to follow the consumer from site to site through the use of tracking programs. Social e-commerce and social network marketing. Social e-commerce is commerce based on the idea of the digital social graph. The digital social graph is a mapping of all significant online social relationships. The social graph is synonymous with the idea of the social network used to describe the offline relationships. There are 6 features of social e-commerce. First, newsfeed. Second, timelines. Third, social sign-on. Fourth, collaborative shopping. Fifth, network notification. And social search recommendation. Social media is one of the branding and marketing channels that has experienced the highest growth in 2012 and 2013. Social media marketing costs are currently significantly lower than those for television, magazines, and even newspapers. But this will soon change. In the offline world, social networks are groups of individuals who freely communicate with one another over time. Online social networks are websites that allow users to communicate with one another, form group and individual relationships, and share interests, values, and ideas. Examples of such sites include Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as dozens of others with social components. Social media marketing is still in its infancy, and businesses are experimenting in search of a successful recipe. Social connections and client sentiment can be difficult to manage, which creates additional difficulties for businesses trying to safeguard their brands. The interactive session on management gives particular examples of how businesses use Facebook and Twitter for social media marketing. Business to business e-commerce, new efficiencies and relationships. The process of conducting trade among business firms is complex and requires significant human intervention, and therefore, it consumes significant resources. Administrative overhead includes processing paper, approving purchase decisions, spending time using the telephone and fax machines to search for products and arrange for purchases, arranging for shipping, and receiving the goods. The challenge of business-to-business e-commerce is changing existing patterns and systems of procurement and designing and implementing new internet-based business-to-business solutions. Business-to-business e-commerce refers to the commercial transactions that occur among business firms. Increasingly, these transactions are flowing through a variety of different internet-enabled mechanisms. Electronic Data Interchange or EDI. It enables the computer-to-computer exchange between two organizations of standard transactions such as invoices, bills of lading, shipment schedules, or purchase orders. Companies use EDI to automate transactions for B2B, e-commerce, and continuous inventory replenishment. Suppliers can automatically send data about shipments to purchasing firms. The purchasing firms can use EDI to provide production and inventory requirements and payment data to suppliers. Private industrial networks. It consists of large firms using a secure website to link to its suppliers and other key business partners. A private industrial network, also known as private exchange, links a firm to its suppliers, distributors, and other key business partners for efficient supply chain management and other collaborative commerce activities. Net marketplaces, which are sometimes called e-hubs, provide a single digital marketplace based on internet technology for many different buyers and sellers. They are industry-owned or operate as independent intermediaries between buyers and sellers. Net marketplaces generate revenue from purchase and sale transactions and other services provided to clients. Participants in net marketplaces can establish prices through online negotiations, auctions, or requests for quotations, or they can use fixed prices. There are many different types of net marketplaces and ways of classifying them. Some net marketplaces sell direct goods and some sell indirect goods. Direct goods are goods used in a production process, such as sheet steel for auto body production. Indirect goods, goods are not directly involved in the production process, such as office supplies or products for maintenance and repair. Some net marketplaces support contractual purchasing based on long-term relationships with designated suppliers, and others support short-term spot purchasing, where goods are purchased based on immediate needs, often from many different suppliers. Some net marketplaces serve vertical markets for specific industries, such as automobiles, telecommunications, or machine tools, whereas others serve horizontal markets for goods and services that can be found in many different industries, such as office equipment or transportation. And that ends my report. The part 2 of Chapter 10 will be discussed by Sir Don Cabato. Thank you for listening.